A scene of comedy and contrast, Antoine Watteau's The Italian Comedians. Antoine Watteau, 1684–1721, was a French painter who revolutionized the genre of fête galante, depicting elegant and refined scenes of leisure and entertainment. One of his most fascinating and complex works is The Italian Comedians, painted circa 1720. This painting depicts a group of actors from the Italian commedia dell'arte, a popular form of improvised comedy that featured stock characters with distinctive costumes and masks. The painting is dominated by a man wearing loose, ivory-white clothing, representing the character of Pierrot, a naive and melancholic clown. He stands in the center, facing us with his hands by his sides, and a slight smile on his full pink lips. He wears a straw hat and a narrow ruffled collar, and his shirt has long, voluminous sleeves and a row of small white buttons. His pants are baggy and end above his white-stockinged ankles. His slightly bulging eyes, bulbous nose, and ruddy cheeks give him a distinctive and expressive face. He is flanked by two groups of people, each representing different characters and emotions. To his left, there are 8 men, women, and children, who seem to be more lively and cheerful. They sit or stand around a long table, next to the exterior wall of a red brick building. They eat, drink, talk, and smile, enjoying the festive atmosphere. A young man in a tomato-red jester's costume sits on the steps, holding a scepter or puppet in the shape of a doll-like jester. He twists and looks back at the scene behind him, as if inviting us to join the fun. 2 children gather at his feet, one weaving stems of white flowers, and the other looking at us with a smile. They add a touch of innocence and charm to the scene. Another young man sits holding a lute in his lap, wearing a brick-red coat, brown breeches, and slate-blue stockings. He leans back and looks up to our left, with his round cheeks flushed. He seems to be relaxed and content, enjoying the music and the company. At the back of this group, 2 people wear tan-colored costumes covered in muted green and pink diamond shapes, and one might wear a brown mask. They represent the characters of Arlecchino and Colombina, 2 mischievous and witty servants. Their pink lips, black mustache and eyebrows, and black dots for eyes appear painted onto a hard, molded surface, creating a contrast between their artificial masks and their natural expressions. To Pierrot's right, there are 6 people, who seem to be more serious and reserved. They stand on the same level as Pierrot, under an arbor covered with sage-green vines and leaves. They look at Pierrot or at each other, with more subdued and somber expressions. A heavy-set young man wears a gold-colored costume trimmed with black and a waist-length, Wedgewood-blue cape. He faces us but looks to our right, as he leans back with one arm extended toward Pierrot. He represents the character of Antoine Watteau, a pompous and pedantic doctor. He seems to be trying to impress or instruct Pierrot, but his gesture also creates a distance between them. Beyond him are 2 women and another person shown only from the neck up. The woman closest to Pierrot wears a pewter-gray gown with a scooped neckline. She represents the character of Isabella, a beautiful and noble lady. She looks at Pierrot with a calm and composed expression, as if she is indifferent or aloof to his attention. To the right of the man in gold is an old man with a long beard, wearing a black skullcap and cloak. He leans on a short staff and turns his head to look at the group. He represents the character of Pantalone, a greedy and miserly merchant. He seems to be curious or suspicious of the others, as if he is looking for a bargain or a trick. The last person on the far right is shown from the neck up and stands before the red curtain hanging from the upper right. He or she wears a white ruffled collar and a black hat. He or she may represent the character of Illinois Capitano, a boastful and cowardly soldier. He or she looks at us with a neutral or mysterious expression, as if he or she is hiding something or waiting for something. Watteau's painting is a masterpiece of composition and expression, using light, color, and texture to create a vivid and convincing scene. The light from the left illuminates Pierrot and his surroundings, highlighting his features and fabrics. The colors are rich and harmonious, creating a warm and cozy atmosphere. The textures are varied and realistic, from the sage green vines and leaves to the velvety suits and gowns, to the wooden table and the red brick wall. The gestures are expressive and natural, conveying the emotions and personalities of the characters. The Italian Comedians is not just a painting, but a scene of comedy and contrast. It shows the diversity and complexity of the human condition, as well as the art and skill of the actors. It invites viewers to appreciate the humor and drama of the commedia dell'arte, and to share in the experience of the characters. It is a testament to Watteau's talent and vision, and a delight for the eyes and the mind.